My child, there were moments you thought would break you, moments when the weight felt unbearable, when you wondered how much more you could endure. You questioned your strength. You questioned your future. You questioned whether you would ever feel whole again. But listen closely now. If those moments were meant to destroy you, you would not still be standing. You are stronger than what tried to break you, not because you forced yourself to survive, but because I was carrying you through it all. My child, there were moments in your life when everything felt heavier than you expected, not just difficult, but overwhelming. Moments when you wondered if you had reached the limit of what you could carry. Moments when the pain did not come loudly, but lingered quietly, day after day, testing your endurance. You asked yourself how much longer you could keep going, how many more times you could stand back up, how many unseen battles you could fight without rest. And yet, you are still here. That alone tells a story. If what you faced was meant to destroy you, you would not have survived it. You endured because I was sustaining you. There were seasons when strength did not feel like confidence. It felt like survival. It felt like waking up and choosing to move forward even when your heart was tired. It felt like doing what needed to be done while carrying grief, disappointment, fear, or exhaustion quietly inside. You didn't feel strong, but you were. Strength is not always loud. Sometimes it is the quiet decision to keep breathing, to keep believing, to keep trusting when nothing feels certain. You questioned your resilience because you compared it to others. You thought strength should look different, more confident, more fearless, more composed. But true strength is not perfection. It is perseverance. It is continuing even when you feel depleted. It is trusting me even when your faith feels fragile. And my child, that is exactly what you did. I know there were moments when you felt alone in your struggle. You didn't want to burden others with your pain. You didn't have the words to explain what you were feeling. You carried things silently because explaining felt harder than enduring. But even in your silence, you were never abandoned. I was present in every moment you thought you were barely holding on. You survived loss that changed you. You survived disappointment that humbled you. You survived pressure that tested you. You survived fear that tried to paralyze you. And you did not survive because you were untouched. You survived because you were supported. There were days when you felt like giving up would have been easier than continuing. Days when rest felt impossible and hope felt distant. Days when you questioned whether all the effort mattered. But each time you stood back up, even when you didn't understand why, you were choosing faith, even if you didn't call it that at the time. My child, what tried to break you did not know who was holding you. The pressure underestimated the strength I placed within you. The pain did not account for the purpose surrounding you. The struggle could not override my protection. You have been stronger than you realized because your strength was never meant to come from yourself alone. I carried you when you could not carry yourself. I strengthened you when you felt weak. I guided you when the path felt unclear. And now, as you look back, you can see that every trial you survived refined you rather than destroyed you. You did not come through unchanged. You came through wiser. You did not come through unscathed. You came through deeper. You did not come through untouched. You came through transformed. You learned discernment where naivety once lived. You learned patience where urgency once ruled. You learned trust where fear once dominated. These lessons were not easy, but they were necessary for who you are becoming. I know you still carry echoes of those seasons. Sometimes the memories resurface. Sometimes the fear whispers that it could happen again. Sometimes your body remembers the tension before your mind does. But hear me clearly. You are not the same person who faced those battles. You are stronger now, more aware, more grounded, more prepared. You are no longer surviving. You are stabilizing. You are no longer enduring. You are establishing. You are no longer barely holding on. You are standing firm, and the strength you carry now is not temporary. It is rooted. I am not minimizing what you went through. I am not asking you to forget the pain. I am reminding you of the truth. You were not broken by it. What tried to defeat you became part of your testimony. What tried to silence you sharpened your voice. What tried to weaken you revealed my strength working through you. You may not feel victorious yet. You may still be healing. You may still be learning how to trust again. But victory is not always loud. Sometimes it is quiet stability. Sometimes it is peace returning slowly. Sometimes it is no longer being controlled by what once terrified you. My child, you are stronger than what tried to break you. Not because you were untouched, but because you were upheld. And this strength will carry you into what comes next. This is only the beginning of that realization. My child, there is something important I want you to understand about everything you endured. None of it was wasted. The pain you survived did not weaken you. It strengthened parts of you that comfort never could. The pressure you faced did not crush you. It revealed what was already strong within you. What tried to break you underestimated the purpose wrapped around your life and the protection surrounding your spirit. There were seasons when it felt like life was stripping things away: confidence, certainty, direction, peace. You wondered why everything familiar felt unstable at once. You questioned whether you were losing yourself in the process. But what was actually happening was refinement. I was removing dependence on things that could not support the future. I was preparing for you. I was strengthening your inner foundation so your life could expand without collapsing. You learned how to stand when support disappeared. You learned how to listen when noise fell away. You learned how to trust me when answers were delayed. These lessons were not comfortable, but they were essential. They trained your heart to rely on truth instead of circumstances, faith instead of feeling, and peace instead of control. My child, there were moments when you felt like you were rebuilding yourself from the inside out. You questioned old beliefs. You re-examined old patterns. You let go of things you once clung to tightly. That process felt disorienting because transformation always does. Growth requires release, and release often feels like loss before it feels like freedom. What you went through sharpened your discernment. You now see more clearly. You sense misalignment sooner. You recognize patterns that once confused you. You no longer rush into situations blindly. That awareness did not come from ease. It came from endurance. You also learned compassion in a deeper way. Pain expanded your heart rather than hardening it. You became gentler with others because you understand struggle. You became more patient because you know how long healing takes. You became more gracious because you remember how it feels to be misunderstood. That compassion is strength, not softness. My child, I know there were moments when you felt like the struggle would never end. Moments when hope felt thin and progress felt slow. But even in those moments, something within you refused to give up. That resilience was not accidental. It was placed within you long before the battle began. I knew what you would face, and I prepared you for it. You may still carry traces of what you survived. Certain triggers, certain fears, certain hesitations. But those traces no longer control you. They inform you. They remind you how far you've come. They remind you of what you can survive, and they will no longer define your future. You are not fragile because you were hurt. You are not weak because you struggled. You are not broken because you felt overwhelmed. You are strong because you continued. You are wise because you learned. You are grounded because you endured. I am not returning you to who you were before the struggle. I am leading you forward as someone stronger, deeper, and more prepared. The version of you emerging now carries clarity instead of confusion, steadiness instead of fear, and trust instead of panic. You will notice that challenges feel different now. They no longer shake you the same way. You do not spiral as easily. You recover more quickly. You breathe through uncertainty instead of being consumed by it. That is evidence of growth. My child, what tried to break you became training. What threatened to overwhelm you became wisdom. What hurt you became part of your testimony. And now, you are equipped to walk forward with confidence that does not depend on circumstances. I am not minimizing the pain you endured. I am honoring it by redeeming it. I am taking what once caused tears and using it to build strength. I am taking what once caused fear and turning it into discernment. I am taking what once caused doubt and using it to deepen trust. This is why I tell you now, you are stronger than what tried to break you, not because the battle was small, but because my presence was greater, not because you were unaffected, but because you were sustained. And what is ahead will require this strength, not to survive, but to steward what I am bringing next. My child, now that you can see how what tried to break you actually built you, I want you to rest in this truth. You are standing today because I strengthened you when you felt weak. There were moments when you believed you were holding on by your own effort, but you were not. You were being carried. When your strength ran thin, mine filled the gap. When your hope felt fragile, mine surrounded you. When you could not see a way forward, I guided your steps quietly, patiently, faithfully. You do not need to prove your strength anymore. You do not need to relive the struggle to validate your survival. You do not need to explain how you made it through. The fact that you are here, breathing, believing, growing, is evidence enough. Strength does not announce itself loudly. It shows itself through endurance, stability, and peace that remains even after the storm has passed. There were seasons when you felt as though life was pressing against you from every side. You did not know where relief would come from. You questioned whether you could take another step. But even then, you woke up. You continued. You trusted, even when trust felt thin. That perseverance did not come from stubbornness. It came from grace. It came from my presence holding you steady when everything else felt uncertain. I want you to understand something important now. The season of merely surviving is ending. You are not meant to live always braced for impact. You are not meant to remain guarded as though danger is always near. You are stepping into a time where strength is no longer about endurance. It is about stability. It is about knowing that you are safe enough to rest, confident enough to move forward, and secure enough to hope again. You may still feel echoes of what you endured. Certain memories may rise unexpectedly. Certain moments may remind you of how hard it once was. But those echoes no longer have authority over you. They do not dictate your future. They do not control your peace. They simply remind you of what you overcame and how faithful I was through it all. My child, the strength you carry now is not reactive. It is not defensive. It is not tense. It is grounded. It is calm. It is assured. You no longer need to prepare for everything that could go wrong. You no longer need to stay alert at all times. You no longer need to anticipate loss before joy arrives. You are allowed to live open again, not recklessly, but confidently. I am guiding you into a life where strength and peace coexist, where resilience no longer requires exhaustion, where confidence does not depend on outcomes, where trust is natural, not forced. This is not a life free of challenges, but it is a life free of fear controlling you. There are blessings ahead that require the strength you now possess, blessings that would have overwhelmed you before, but will now settle gently into your life. Blessings that will not disrupt your peace, but deepen it. Blessings that will not demand survival mode but invite stewardship. You are ready for them, not because you are perfect, but because you are prepared. My child, you are no longer defined by what hurt you. You are defined by how you healed. You are no longer shaped by what tried to stop you. You are shaped by how you grew through it. And the future ahead of you will not resemble the pain behind you. It will reflect the strength that emerged because of it. I want you to walk forward without fear of being broken again. What has been strengthened in you is not fragile. You do not need to protect yourself the way you once did. You are wiser now, more discerning, more rooted. You know how to pause. You know how to listen. You know how to rest. And these are not signs of weakness. They are signs of maturity. You will face new seasons with confidence rather than anxiety. You will encounter uncertainty with calm rather than panic. You will experience change with trust rather than fear, because you now know this truth. You are not alone, and you never were. As you move forward, remember this. The strength you carry is not something you have to summon. It is something that remains. It is woven into who you are now. It is not loud. It is not forceful. It is steady, and it will guide you through everything ahead. Now, allow your heart to rest for a moment. Let your breathing slow. Let your thoughts settle. Let the tension you carried for so long release gently. You do not need to hold it anymore. God, I thank you for carrying me when I was weak. I thank you for strengthening me when I felt overwhelmed. I release the fear that I will be broken again. I trust that what you have built within me will remain steady. Replace any lingering anxiety with peace. Replace any remaining doubt with assurance. Help me walk forward without fear, without pressure, and without hesitation. I receive your strength now, not as survival, but as confidence and rest. My child, remain here, in trust, in peace, in assurance. You are stronger than what tried to break you, because I strengthened you through it all. And the days ahead will reveal just how deeply that strength will carry you. If this message spoke to your heart, comment, God strengthened me. Like this, if you felt reassurance while listening. Subscribe to God's Amen message so you never miss what God speaks next. Share this with someone who feels tired. Remind them they are stronger than they realize.